All right, this is the Office Crap Martial Arts Network coming at you with another knife review, another Ka-Bar knife review, but this week it's not so much of a historic knife review as it is reviewing their Tanto model. So this is an 8-inch blade of 1095 Crovan high carbon steel, and they famously advertise that they grind it at a 20-degree angle, which is always a great sort of middle of the road, not too horribly sharp, but it's also wide enough to be able to withstand some striking against some harder things. We have most of the characteristics from your normal Ka-Bar is going to be present here. We have a similar handle here, except this is made out of something called Kraton G, which doesn't really feel like G10, but honestly, it feels like pleather, even though I know it's not. You have that tang running through to the butt cap. Nice butt cap for all your butt cap needs, and you have a nice blade guard there, which is always appreciated. This one comes serrated. So kind of scallopy serrations. Never been too big a fan of that, but they do seem to be pretty long lasting, as in my experience, their jagged, sharp teeth tend to dull pretty quickly whenever they meet something hard. But the real meat and potatoes of this review is going to be this Tanto. Tanto is one of my favorite blade styles to carry for self-protection or the protection of those that I'm with. Why? There is a strike in the Filipino martial arts called a watik, and a watik is a hit and retract. Now, those who know why the watik is so important, awesome. But I'm going to explain a little bit here for you. So if you practice an angle 1 follow through, you automatically pretty much know how to do an angle 1 watik, but it's just you're hitting and retracting. It's less committed. Now, how many times have you seen, even in the movies where some guy comes through and they swing a big giant angle 1 and they miss? The 13 Warrior is a pretty good example of that. The guy comes out and swings, misses, and then loses his life for it. But the watik, especially with this Tanto, is very deadly. Cold Steel's got some great videos showcasing the deadliness of that point right there. That adds a whole different level of awesome to your watik strike. That's why I love these Tanto blades so much. But they are a B.5 to sharpen and not round that point. So if you are somebody who wants to work on their blades themselves, that is going to be a grand experiment for you to not round that tip. Because when I was I was 13 years old and I had a Cold Steel Kobun, which I don't have anymore, but me trying to sharpen that blade was not good. I rounded that tip pretty much almost immediately because I had no idea what I was doing. So that is something to make note of. Overall length, just over 12 inches. So this is a big knife. This is actually bigger than your normal Ka-Bar with a 7-inch blade. So be aware of that. You have your standard Kydex sheath. Goes in there. You got a double strap, pressure, lock. Nothing really too crazy about this. USA. This one has stamped Olean, New York, USA. This is a fantastic fixed blade that anybody can add to their collection. For its size, it's really not that heavy. It's only over about a half a pound. 0.7 of a pound to be exact. There are certain things that you should take yourself through when building an EDC system or building a carry system at all. Maybe you're not going to carry this every day because, it's pretty big. But if you're going to go into the woods or you're going into, whatever you're doing, every ounce matters. Is this going to bankrupt me? And do I know how to use it? 0.7 of a pound? That's fair. For what you get here, that's more than fair. Is this going to bankrupt me? No. You can get one of these for less than 150 bucks, maybe even less depending on where you shop at. That's not breaking the bank at all. But do you know how to use it? Everybody always thinks that they are a blade expert. All you need to do is spend 5 seconds Googling horrific knife encounters in the street to see training with your knife is of utmost importance. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, we're not, at war anymore. I mean, seriously, it's every day you hear about something terrible happening with a blade. And it doesn't even have to look like this. It could be a kitchen knife. I'm not going to go in to start naming countries, but I think we all know what country would need that kind of training more than others. But everybody needs to train with the blade because you cannot really respect the blade in time unless you train with it. So you fully know what it's capable of if you train with it. And I don't mean train with a live blade. I mean finding quality instruction that you go to on a regular basis and you learn and you grow with other people that are better than you and become safer for it. I mean, honestly, why wouldn't you want to be able to better train to protect yourself and better trained to protect your family, if you are going to designate something, and it could even be a pocket knife, if you're going to designate something for personal protection and you don't know how to use it, that is a grave error. But the great news is Alpha Scrap Martial Arts Network trains people around the world on Zoom from the comfort of your own home, or while you're traveling, you can take the classes anywhere. And you're going to learn not only how to wield the blade, but also how to respect it and so much more. So if you want to learn more about the Zoom training, comment below in the comment section, training. We're going to get that information to you. That way you can start your journey now.